Hi guys, welcome to the channel and welcome to another video. Now this one we're just going to have a bit of a reacquaintance with this project we started. It'd be about a year ago we started this thing. But unfortunately some things in life just got in the way and it completely stalled, and it's the only project I've started on this channel and videoed and not actually completed. It was actually an entry into the Blue Ox Model Shop Street Machine group build, which ended in December, I believe, at end of December. And with the USACC going on still at the time, I just couldn't find the time to get back on this thing, unfortunately. But I've always wanted to finish it. I won't go into the history of it too much in this video. I might put some links in the description for the other videos where we started this project, but we're basically recreating a model which a chap called Terry Ross built started in sort of late '83 for an article called Small Talk in the Street Machine magazine over here, and I think this is the March one, so he finished it in March, and it was such an iconic model for us in the UK. It was the article that's in here, Small Talk. It carried on for many years, and it was like our Bible. The one page we got in this magazine was pretty much our comparison to your scale auto enthusiasts. I think a lot of people bought this magazine just for this article, but yeah, like I say, I won't go into it too much. Just check out the old videos, and you can sort of see how we've got to this point. But really, in the last half an hour, I've just been sort of familiarising myself with this project again, seeing what I've done, because it's been so long. We've obviously painted the body now. We radiused the wheel arches, shaved a few things off the body, like there's the emblem which we carefully shaved away from the side trim. We shaved a couple of the emblems off the boot lid and just started painting the bumper. Got to paint inside the grille black. I mean, it's going to be completely black like on the picture, rather than sort of picking out the bars between it. I just started basing up the interior, because it had sort of red accents in the interior, and I thought it'd just be easier just to base it up in red, and then we can mask up all that and paint the rest of it black, so to speak. But I think the main work was really in the chassis. I think that's where we really got up to. Started building the rear ends from a Ford Thunderbird stock car kit. Torsion bars were just cut from this and slightly shortened, but there's a lot of fitting to get that sitting in there right and what have you. And we made some hangers where that just slots into, so it all sits nice and tightly. I think the front suspension we used from I think it was the Monogram 66 Malibu. So we got a lot of Monogram stuff going into this, just like Terry did it. I mean, this is just going to be a bit of a recreation, a bit of a tribute to Terry and the other people who carried on with Small Talk. But yeah, I mean, we got pretty far with this. Not too far off with the chassis, to be quite honest with you. I think how far we got with the chassis, we've obviously sorted out the front and rear suspension to about 90% where it needs to be. But yeah, like I say, we've put them hangers in, we've we've done a bit of work to the cross member. Put some upper A-arms in to support the shocks on the Malibu suspensions, and that all fits in there really nicely, to be quite honest with you. So, you know, once all that's together, it'll look bright enough. Like, we'll might put some coils around there and what have you, but yeah, I mean, we cut off the fender wells, front and the front fender wells, both sides, just to give it a bit more of a street racer look, I think. And then I think we started removing the moulded in exhaust system, and to be quite honest, if I remember correctly, that was an absolute chew to get that looking something like. Still a little bit of tidy up to do on that, but you know, I think we'll get there. We just got the holes to cut where the mufflers were, so to speak, and so there's still probably another couple of hours maybe into the chassis, but I think I really just want to get that into colour. I won't be doing too much on this video. I think, like I say, it's just a bit of a reacquaintance. It's a bit of a brief catch up on what we're doing, what we're trying to achieve. I'll have a few hours on it today, and then we'll just close off the video, see how far we go up to. I wouldn't mind getting the chassis sort of rolling, so to speak. Or it's not going to be rolling; it's all kind of fixed, so to speak. But yeah, I think we'll do what we can. You know, it's bank holiday weekend. We're on bank holiday weekend Monday now. I did have a full 3 day yesterday, but somebody kind of ruined my weekend. Just a few things on eBay and what have you, which really bothered me. But yeah, I think the other thing we want to get on with is I don't think this project would be right without building the drama as well. I mean, so we are going to kind of recreate that. It's not going to be exactly like this, but you know, I do want something like this to sit in the model on. So we will be getting on that in future videos, just putting that together. I think we're going to give it a bit of a homage to the other Richard Coney and our friend Mike, who also did the Small Talk article in later years. We might just put a bit of graffiti on the wall when we do a bit of a tribute for that as well, like, or a bit of an appreciation marking, so to speak, for them guys as well, because they all played the part. Like I say, this article went on for many years, you know, 20 odd, 30 odd years maybe. But like I say, this is a project I wanted to do. This is March 84. And my dad bought this magazine, not this particular one, this actual one, but he bought this copy of the magazine in brand new, and I remember seeing it, and I've wanted to build that ever since. So I've loved that model ever since, and I'm now 43, getting up to 44. So it's 40 years. 40 years it's taken to get this thing done, but we're going to do it now. I would really like it to be finished off by sort of end of May. Can't promise anything, but you know, I will give it my best likes, and then we can move on to 32 Ford, what we got coming up, and we have got another couple of projects as well to work in there now, and I'll do a video on them next week. So, but yeah, without further ado, I'm just going to crack on, see what I can get done in the next few hours, and then we'll just box off the video, and then we'll just continue project as we usually would. So, right, we'll see you in a second. Right then, well, I think I'm going to leave it here today. I've gone as pretty much as far as I can, to be quite honest with you. I've really got to let all this paint dry. I've just started basing a lot of parts up. I was originally wanting to get the chassis at least sort of mocked up and axles glued on and what have you. But like I say, I've got to wait for this paint to dry before I take it any further. I went into the box. There was a lot of stuff I've not even touched yet. All the parts which I'm actually using from the original kit I pulled out of there. Started just getting some base colour on there. Even a lot of it's gone into black just for waiting for the next colours, so to speak. But yeah, I mean, the chassis, like I say, I was wanting to get it sort of freestanding and what have you, but just for the amount of sanding we've done on this chassis to get rid of the exhaust and what have you. I mean, I usually paint matte black or satin black and then pick out the frame rails by hand, and but just because we had a lot of sanding on this, I really wanted to pull out any ghosting that might happen, so decided to paint it black, and then gloss coat the whole thing. That'll bring out any ghosting. Once it's dried, I'll just give it a bit of a sand, and then I'll paint all the floor pans flat black by hand, so to speak. But yeah, I mean it's still a bit tacky. Like we just got a couple of coats of clear on there in the trunk area. Just went with just like I say, based it with black, and then just give it a really light coating of silver, to give it more of a gunmetal finish. So that's pretty much ready for the next stage, so to speak. Also masked off the interior for the second colour, based up in red before, and then we just wanted to get in there and pick out mask up all the sort of bits I didn't want painting in the blacks. But yeah, I mean, it took a bit of a while. Just used Tamiya tape just to get some nice sharp edges, and then once that's done, we'll go in with all the trim work and what have you. But yeah, I got the interior tub done. The seats were masked as well at the same time. So I just thought, I mean, it was a bit of a pain in the ass, to be quite honest with you, which I knew it would be, but I just wanted this interior to look right, and I didn't want any wavy edges or trying to paint red over black on by hand and looking terrible. So, but yeah, again, all this stuff is really tacky. I just want to really just leave it for tonight. So, but we painted done the first colour on the engine block. I mean, it's pretty much fully assembled as the main block, so to speak. But I've drilled all my holes for me ignition wires and what have you. So now we can just start putting all the different colours on there. So that's once that's dry, I can paint the transmission and what have you. And then we can, again, once these are dry, I'll probably glue this on before I start painting. I'm gonna paint the that Malibu front beam chrome. I would have thought I'll just spray a bit of Revel chrome into the cap and brush paint that on, glue it to the chassis, and then just put it in dehydrator to try and harden up that Revel chrome. And we've got to do the rear axle in silver. But I wanted the torsion bars gloss black as well. So once that's dry, we can do pretty much the same with the rear axle, and just get that stock car rear axle, monogram stock car rear axle, or painted and detailed up with. We'll just be using paints and some other little details on that. And other than that, really, everything's just, like I say, it's just in the base colours. Some of these will remain black, like the firewall and what have you. I did get the gas tank painted blue, which is gonna go in the trunk on the back in there. but we'll weather that up and what have you. But other than that, you know, it's like I say, I'm just waiting for everything to dry now. You know, I'll probably have a couple of hours maybe on Wednesday afternoon or something after I got all my parcels packed and what have you, ready for shipping, and you know, hopefully get a couple of hours on it. But like I say, I thought let's just keep this one really to getting myself familiar with this project again and getting a bit of a head start for the next stage. I mean, there's a lot of work to go still, but we'll get there. So yes, with that, before I go, I just really do want to say thank you to all the friends of the channel, everybody who's subscribed. You know, I really do appreciate it. You know, all the support I get with the channel is really great, to be quite fair, and we wouldn't be here without you. So whatever you're doing for the rest of the week, hope you enjoy yourself, and we will see you in the next video. Okay, see you, bye.